You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. We're going to continue more on where we left off of Chloe Burchart. Thank you. Enjoy. It was pretty difficult, but Sam wasn't really seen too many times to get Chloe or Crystal's attention. But Sam did leave behind some clues that relate to Chloe's powers. Chloe was confused. There were notes that say, you're just like him. He's got powers just like yours. But he was the first. Chloe didn't understand. What the heck does this mean? She wondered. Crystal thought maybe Sam was trying to manipulate her, so she confronted him. Sam just simply shrugged and said, "Hey, I'm no liar, but I know the truth behind Chloe's powers." "You are such a liar. You're trying to manipulate her. I know you are." Sam was surprised and let out a laugh. "You think I would be lying about this stuff? No. This is the actual truth. I don't believe you. You're trying to trick her, you're trying to trick me, and I'm not falling for it. So, you can just take your bullshit and stick it up your ass." Sam let out a, "Ooh." But he just shook his head sullenly and said, "Guess she's not gonna believe me. Oh well. Not my problem. I was just trying to be helpful." Sure enough, he was. As if a twist of fate, all of a sudden, a Type 2 infestation swarm was coming. Chloe knew what was happening. They rushed over there to help this person. However, she saw that the infestations were shot backwards by a black force. Chloe couldn't believe it. Crystal gasped out, "What the heck? What was that?" There was a young man in a cloak. He looked like some punk rocker, but his hair looked pretty different. He was pretty much of a hottie. Not that Chloe minded. Who the heck is this guy? I never seen him before in all my life. However, Crystal shrugged. But what they saw next was something nobody else would ever forget. The guy had dark powers coming from his hands. He was doing the exact same powers as Chloe. Chloe almost screamed, but her hand went to her mouth, covering it. All of a sudden, Usopp let out a yell. "Ah! He's got the same powers as you, Chloe." "Oh, I never knew that. This can't be happening," Chopper exclaimed. Everybody else was speechless. Frankie couldn't believe it. "How is this possible?" he said in an almost frantic voice. Zoro couldn't believe it. "I don't believe it. How could he?" "I don't freaking know, man. I swear." She looked back. She was trying to process all this. How could this guy have the same powers as her? The guy was then saying to himself, "Damn it. These things are really coming at you." "Damn straight," Chloe remarked. The young man looked back in horror. "Wait, you saw all of that?" Chloe charged right at him and demanded to know some answers. "How do you have the same powers as me?" "What are you talking about?" he asked. Chloe showed her powers to him. The boy couldn't believe it. "What? How?" How do you have the same powers as me? I never even met you before in all my life. I don't even know who you are. I'm Chloe Burchard. I'm an agent of Evermore. The young man looked startled. Wait, you're Chloe Burchard? That's when he pulled out a piece of paper. Whoa. I'm glad I found you, he said. That made Chloe confused. Everybody else looked at each other, wondering what was going on. What the heck are you even talking about? Gajiel remarked. I was assigned to come and meet Chloe. I was supposed to work with her. Work with me? Where the heck did you... From the cathedral. Cathedral? DWC? Oh man, I'm really missing out. Yes, it's known as the Orchestra Cathedral. Weird name, I know. But it's run by our leader. I have to say, that guy's got some pretty big issues. Chloe nodded. Then she thought to herself, I don't know how he's got the same powers as me, but I'm gonna have a deep talk with Alem Fabian. However, everybody did. Maggie did, Tilda, Barrere, even Marina. They wanted to know some answers. Poor Alem Fabian was having a lot on his hands. He managed to explain, but the others were just too shocked to believe this. They were shocked to believe. Barrere had it hard to believe that this strange woman by the name of Ophelia would be able to have the same powers as her. Same with Chloe and this boy. The boy's name was known as Chris. Chris was just a different person. However, he's trying to keep his powers a secret from his childhood friend by the name of Gloria. And the thing about Gloria is that she has the same powers as Marina somehow. And Marina wanted answers. It was so frantic and crazy. But Alem Fabian managed to explain about power donation. That made everybody else perplexed. Everyone was getting more and more excited about it. But they still couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. They had to know. Why would he do this? Why would he not tell them sooner? However, he managed to say something along the lines of that it wasn't my place. I just couldn't know, but it's true. Even though they couldn't blame their master, but still, it was quite upsetting. Really, really upsetting to find out about this. But they all forgave him. But Chloe had a bit of issues with Chris. First of all, Chris was a bit rebellious in nature. Second of all, he may be quite different, but he sure did have an attitude. And they don't call him Chris Rebel for nothing. And that's his last name, Rebel. Kind of funny, and ironic, but also at the same time. He pretty much has a good heart. Although he's tasked to do things, he was quite a loner, but he didn't really mind. He kind of liked it that way. But sadly, Chloe thought, no guy should even do this by himself. But Chris pointed out, saying, I'm nothing more than a freak, okay? these powers. Besides, people have been also saying I'm just nothing more than the son of a call girl. Chloe then slapped him and said, "Don't you ever put yourself down like that." I don't know who's been telling you this shit, but mark my words, okay? Don't let anyone tell you that. I bet it's not even true. However, Chris thought otherwise as he remarked, "Well, what if I told you she was, but not in the way that you would think?" Wait, what? Was she? That's what I heard. Well, I didn't even know much about her. She died after giving birth to me. Guess the pregnancy for her was a bit too much. She lost a lot of blood. That made Chloe squirm a bit. Ugh. Sorry, I didn't need to hear that. It's alright. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. You didn't. Don't worry. However, Chloe had to pity him. So he was an orphan. He didn't know much about his father or his mother. He was all alone. But I guess he wasn't truly alone. He had Gloria. Beautiful Gloria. Gloria Jessia. Chloe had to ask, "So, what's Gloria like?" That's when Chris's demeanor changed. His smile turned into some sort of dreamy smile that made Chloe's heart skip a beat a bit. He ran his finger through his hair as he thought for a moment and said, "She's beautiful, she's kind, she has a really amazing voice. I'm telling you, I never missed out on her performances. But that's part of the whole meeting. We have to be there. We have to go to every single chapel." It's ridiculous. Chloe looked at him. "So, technically, you don't believe in, God, right?" Chris just shook his head. "Well, I lost faith in it when I was in middle school, having to deal with a fanatic. It was crazy. Saying stuff about how this and that, how you have to suffer and be made into gold in this suffering. I just stopped believing." Chloe's face softened. "Wow, that sounds like my life. No joke, I went through that before, but it wasn't just one fanatic, it was like a cult." That made him really shocked. "Are you serious?" "Yeah." "You were part of a cult?" "Well, my family was forced into it. I was too, and oh man, it was so terrible. You have no idea. It was the most shocking thing. They talked for a while, and suddenly Chloe started to bond with him. He was a really nice guy who deserved better." Thanks so much for listening and watching. See you next time. Bye.